All right, welcome back. Many U.S. officials and American patriots are warning that the status of our military, especially where it is right now compared to where Russia is. That includes our next guest, Fox & Friends Weekend co-host Pete Hegseth. Pete, this is what your book's about, but let's break down the numbers before we get to what actually prompted you to write it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things we talk about, on the social justice side, but what really matters is, are we ready to fight if we need to be?
We got 1.2 plus active military.
And that's a big number, but it's the lowest it's been in 15 years.
Right.
And part of the reason for that is not just recruiting, which we'll talk about, but also a lot of guys getting out in the middle of their career because they don't like what some of the institutions have turned into.
For example, the U.S. Air Force, when it comes to recruiting, has only got 89% of the number. That's the best.
That's the best. The Army at 77%. That means they're lacking an entire division of new privates. 15,000. That's a huge shortfall. Unfortunately,
causing a big change in tactics and formations.
Well, they'll say it's a strategic change, but a lot of it's out of necessity because they don't have enough troops. By the way, the Navy this year in 2024. Only going to meet 70% is their projection. So it's not even getting better.
Now, the Marines are hitting their marks within the Navy.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes, they are. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then, hey, what are they focusing on instead that's got a lot of troops saying, I don't want to serve? I mean, the DEI thing is not just what you heard Mark Milley say talking about white rage at a congressional testimony. It's actually being pushed down into units as part of how they talk about promotions, how they talk about...
So it's not a meritocracy and the ultimate meritocracy?
100%. That's exactly right. Climate change agenda, they're pushing electric tanks and electric Humvees. Where are you going to plug them in the desert? I don't know. And then COVID mandates pushed out a lot of guys who then have not decided to come back in, even though they've tried to welcome them
let
back.
me ask you, when's the last time you saw an ad, a rugged ad of somebody fighting in a war, showing what they get out of the military? You see none of that, you be all you can be.
Absolutely. So the military kind of Bud Lighted itself, looking for a new constituency, and they turned off the normal masculine men they need to join the military.
Right.
But now it's not universally bad, but it's not good, Brian. So the Heritage Foundation has a index of the U.S. military they put out every year. 2 years in a row, overall, the U.S. military has been determined to be weak. Now, very weak is the Air Force. And this is talking about personnel, planes, capabilities, training, munitions, strategic posture, all of that.
And you could argue that they've been leaned on more over the last 25 years than any other branch.
Absolutely right. Navy weak. I mean, you don't want a marginal Army or a marginal nuclear capability. Here's an outlier here, the Marine Corps, with recruiting and with capability. In my research for this book, Ryan, time and time again, the Marine Corps stuck out as a place where they said, hey, we're going to try to hold the line. When women in combat, they put out the study that proved that women should not be in combat units. The Navy Secretary threw it out under Obama because he didn't care but the Marine Corps has tried to fight back on some of it, and as a result has maintained a lot of the ethos you'd want it to have.
Well, let's compare it to our adversaries, China and Russia.
Specifically, China on the naval side, because we know they're trying to expand their influence in the Pacific. If you look at where we were ship to ship, we had a slight advantage. They've already surpassed us, and by 2025, the projection is they'll have a big-time advantage. Now, quantity does have a quality of its own. We have more capabilities in our ships than they do. That's important to remember. But they're building power projection platforms that are meant to focus on us, Brian.
Right. And here's an example. We always hear about Russia has these hypersonic missiles, and we heard China has hypersonic missiles. I thought we were leading with that technology, but we have not executed.
No, we have not. And if our entire premise of power projection is we want to use aircraft carriers around the world, if they've built a military capability in these hypersonic missiles that can take out our aircraft carriers in the first 20 minutes of a conflict, that's a big problem. And that's why the Pentagon has a perfect record in the last over a decade in their war games, Brian. Inside, when they war game U.S. versus China, we lose every time. Right. We lose in our own Pentagon projections in a battle with China. If that's not a wake-up call, I don't know what is.
And we have to back up our carriers so far, they almost added the theater in order to avoid the aircraft carrier.
Then what's the point?
Right.
In that
Which brings us to your book and the premise of it to hopefully spur some action and some change.
I love this institution. That's why I wrote the book. The Army I know, the Army we need, should be focused on outcomes, on forging individuals, on building teams, on shared missions, on winning battles, on winning wars, on outcomes. Anything that doesn't accomplish the mission is just a distraction. And in war, and I've seen it, distractions get people killed.
Senator Roger Wicker says, I want a major move to expand the military-industrial complex. It's just not big enough right now, even if we were going to on a war footing. Do you support something like that?
Well, it needs to be focused on... You need a military-industrial complex. There's no doubt about it. You need it focused in the the future, not building the stuff of the past. So we've got to change the way it operates.
Now, the other big story is we have managed to do some research, and it is Pete Hegseth's birthday around
my
today.
goodness.
And Pete, look at what Ainsley has done for you.
Ainsley, did you do that?
I ate this.
A book cake?
Yes, don't eat this.
You stayed up all night?
Look at how amazing that is.
Carvel did this. This is an ice cream cake.
I'm kidding.
Carvel ice cream cakes are the best.
And who's the cake model? Is this Diego?
This is Diego.
The cake model.
All right.
Well done. Ainsley, thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Steve, you want to come be a part?
Selling more books.
I know you're about to toast
No, we're
to
supposed to
Janice.
toast him.
I know, but you have to come.
Oh, he's not sent over. All right. Oh,
okay.
Happy birthday.
And what do we say? What do we say?
We're so glad you were born.
Thank you very much.
Pete's overcome with emotion. You're a little bit.
And his book is #1.
Right.
It's a good birthday present.
Because of you guys. So I'll be sending you the check in the mail.
Because this is sexy. Right there. This
That is
side
a great picture.
Let me tell you something.
I must say, look at the belt buckle.
Right.
Fox Nation belt buckle right there.
All
Look
right.
at the tattoos.
All right, Pete, happy birthday. Your #1 book in the
hair.
country. Things are going well.
That's great.
Great family, great life. I couldn't be more jealous.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.